Observing that courts should not show leniency towards corrupt public servants, Supreme Court has ruled that direct evidence of demand and acceptance of bribe is not necessary to prove the guilt under the Prevention of Corruption Act, and a person can be convicted on the basis of circumstantial evidence. A five-bench judge constitutes of Justice S. Abdul Nazir, B.R. Gabhai, S. Bopanna, V. Ramasubramaniam and B.V. Nagaratna held that a court can convict a corrupt official for demanding and accepting bribe even in a case in which witness, including the complainant, turn hostile and backtrack from their earlier statements that bribe was demanded. The bench has further said that the court can rely on circumstantial evidence and statement of other witnesses to prove the guilt. As proof of demand and acceptance of illegal gratification by a public servant is needed to establish the guilt of the accused, the prosecution faces hindrances in many cases to prove the offence because the complainant turns hostile or dies during the trial, and the prosecution is left with no direct evidence to show that bribe was demanded. The proof of demand is sine qua non, an essential condition for an offence to be established under the Act, and mere acceptance of any amount allegedly by way of illegal gratification or recovery thereof in the absence of proof of demand would not be sufficient to bring home the charge under Section 7, 31 AD I and II of the Act. Removing the obstacles for law enforcement agencies to prove guilt in graft cases, the bench has said the proof of demand and acceptance of illegal gratification can also be proved by the circumstantial evidence in the absence of direct and oral documentary evidence. In the event the complainant turns hostile or has died or is unavailable to let in his evidence during trial, demand of illegal gratification can be proved by letting in the evidence of any other witness who can again let in evidence either orally or by documentary evidence, or the prosecution can prove the case by circumstantial evidence. The trial doesn't abate nor does it result in an order of acquittal of the accused public servant. Bureau Report, Kalinga Chronicle TV.